Thanks to Bill Weir. What a vantage point there. Now, FIFA has released more World Cup tickets with just 50 days until the tournament begins. They're on sale to the general public, first come, first serve, and the drop includes tickets to all 104 matches in the tournament. Now, FIFA says it'll keep making last-minute tickets available throughout the World Cup until the final match in July. Now, what about hotels and host cities? They're setting nightly rates, of course, in anticipation of the World Cup. No doubt many fans attending matches, though, in this area, right? They'll be attending them at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, but they'll want to spend the night usually in New York City. So let's check out the Courtyard Marriott just to understand what we're doing with those hotel prices. So I want you to have a look at this. If we look at the month in general, what really sticks out here is June 23rd, over $1,000. And if you go to the 17th, again, over $1,000. Some nights, as you can see, sold out. Others, reasonable. June 26th, $512. But now, if we try and do this for comparison's sake and go to May, have a look at this. You're looking at some real reasonable prices here. May 22nd, $281. The World Cup isn't on yet. You've got the 23rd. $360. There are some nights that you are not available, and others. There's an event here on the 19th. I think that's probably another event in New York. But the point is, even if you look at the week going into the World Cup, look at this, some pretty reasonable prices at the Courtyard. What we wanted to know, though, was whether or not the hotels are making any money off of what is supposed to be a tourist boom. Vijay Dandapani is CEO of the Hotel Association of New York City, the group that represents nearly 300 hotels, roughly 80,000 hotel rooms. Now, look, we get it, right? High demand, high prices, but I want to know from you, what are you seeing in terms of bookings?
Well, Paula, it's basically been flat. And let me point out there are plenty of other bargains besides the Courtyard Marriott that you pointed to. You can stay at the Pod Times Square for $240 for June 11th, and you can stay at, if you want to go a little more upscale, the Lotte Palace at $320 for precisely the opening day. So it varies all over the map, but the biggest point I would like to make is that the demand that was projected way back in December of last year, that is going to be a cornucopia, billions of dollars coming, at least for the hotel industry, it's pretty much flat. So the pace, if you compare it for this year as compared to last year when there was no FIFA, it's essentially the same. Obviously, there's some outliers, and there's some hotels that are doing well, that are booked well in advance. But in general, it's not the promised, bounteous promise that was held out back in December.
Why do you think that is?
Well, there's several reasons. One is obviously, I would point to, in fact, you talk about high prices. FIFA ticket prices are extraordinarily high. You compare it to the last tournament that was held in Doha, Qatar. Here you got finals tickets that could be going for as high as $10,000. Obviously, you'll get a few that at a less number than that. But even early stage matches are going for $1,000, and so that's considerably higher than what prevailed in Doha, Qatar 4 years ago. On top of that, you've got other issues, macroeconomic issues. You've got visa issues that has resulted in somewhat of a break in expected travel to the United States. One of your earlier correspondents pointed to Lufthansa cutting flights. Similarly, Air Canada has cut flights from June 1st through, I think, the end of October to JFK, one of the busiest airports from Montreal and Toronto. So you've got these issues because of high fuel prices, but also the high ticket prices, I would say, point to that. So hotels, generally, they adjust as demand comes along. As you pointed out at the outset, we do what's called dynamic pricing. And when demand drops, as it is dropping, and it's not certainly where it was expected to be, you'll get plenty of bargains. I just pointed to a couple of examples, one in the mid-market and one in the high end, if you will, where it's very affordable. Go ahead.
It's interesting that you're pointing to the ticket prices. And so conversely, if people are able to attend these games, they keep dropping more tickets, do you believe that this situation could improve? Perhaps not in terms of getting very high prices for these hotel rooms, but that the entire complexion of what this looks like could change as we get to the opening of a World Cup.
Well, if history is a guide, it will change to some degree. The Paris Olympics is a good example, if you look at it, and what hotel prices there were skyrocketing till they dropped just 6 weeks before. And here, too, we expect a better result. The one big difference I'd like to point out is the Paris Olympics were held in Paris. The New York United States Tennis Open is held in New York City. This, as you said earlier on, is held in Meadowlands, New Jersey. So of course people want to stay in New York City, in Manhattan, Brooklyn, etc. But the fact that it's across the pond makes a slight difference. So I think that you'll see hotel prices fall even further on account of that alone. But the proximate cause is visa, high ticket prices, and difficulties in getting getting visas, which I already said. Yeah.
And Vijay, we've done a good look at FIFA and that one event, but you are pointing to larger problems. It's not just the problem with airlines; it is also the problem with visas and the reputation of the United States. Do you see that as a headwind in the coming months and maybe even years?
Well, definitely. I mean, look, the visa process, if you're from a visa waiver country too, is more intrusive than before. The ESTA process previously used to be almost automatic. You got it in a couple of minutes. Now they ask for social media handles, your email addresses, etc. And if you have any issue, then you get into the regular queue of a visa country where you need a visa. So that is definitely a headwind. There's a perception problem. It's not helpful when some former senior officials in FIFA have actually actively set up a website that says, do not go to the United States. This is really bad for us. And I might point out that, tourism and events like this are big foreign exchange earners. I think it's somewhere 8 or 9 in the list of foreign exchange earners for the United States.
Certainly, some sobering information you just gave us. I think we understand the situation a little bit more clearly. For the fans, hopefully they will get a little bit of a bargain, but we'll continue to keep an eye, certainly, on the tourism industry in this country. Vijay Dandapani, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.